What's up, man? It's good to see you again. Can you hear me fine? Thanks. Good. I'm just fucking around with shit. I've been alright. Just I've been trying to mostly stream on the weekdays since my kids are in school at this time. How's everyone going so far? Just trying to get these stupid headphones untangled. Sorry about the noise in the background. It's kind of sad that the PlayStation's the only one that actually lets me use my Blue Yeti microphone, while the Xbox you have to get all this other extra setup. It's a bit annoying. Hey, what's up, lady? And sorry to hear that, Gray. Hopefully it gets better, you know. I'm gonna give it a few more minutes before I start the game, because usually when it comes to this game, it's the easiest one to actually be able to keep up with comments and, you know, not get completely distracted. Oh, thank God. I'm playing through the old arc. I'm also sharing it around to I'm about to share it again to what's it called, to X, sorry, where I can maybe get a few more people in. You've never seen Yu-Gi-Oh? God, Yu-Gi-Oh's like a big part of my childhood, man. It's a good show. I mean, it's on a what's it called, Tubi, I think. You can get it for free. Like, it's just a card game. It's nothing like too big or too massive. It's a very corny show, just to let you know. No, thanks, lady. I appreciate that. What's up, Zero? I think 3 is a good number for now. And it's the highest number I've made so far. I'm in the middle of starting to make a ton going. Pork chop quesadillas. Dude, that smell, that sounds like wonderfully delicious. You're playing the Oblivion Remaster, Zero? That's fucking awesome, man. Lucky bastard. Would kill to actually be able to play it, at least on this, but the console I'm using is apparently out out mode, I guess you can say, and pour it. Who knows? Maybe it's maybe if I can get enough streams, I might be able to get it. Since you say that I own it too now. I know you told me you got the Super Deluxe Edition. Okay, so fuck, I'm gonna go full offensive. I know this. I know he's probably got something good. He's really good. He's got a pinch hopper. Yeah, that's what I was expecting. I can see the recipe for plasticity. I wouldn't mind. You didn't buy it, you got it gifted for 100. Dude, that is awesome. Yeah, I would like to have that recipe. That would be pretty good. It'll give me an excuse to expand my my regular horizons when it comes to cooking, because I usually, whenever I make my my food, I usually go by the old school stuff that I learned when I was working at a restaurant. I know that does some fire, especially since I have some pork chops at home right now, and I need to make something for the kids for when they come home from school later. It'd be a good idea to have something at least, maybe. Although I was planning on making just that, not regular chicken quesadillas. Yeah, I better pop him out before anything goes wrong. Saving that for emergency. Better break this before he ends up getting that pitted moth out in the field. I know it takes like an absurdly long time, but this game apparently it doesn't go completely by the original rule setting. Like a lot of the cards that didn't exist at the time when this moment in the game, I guess you can say, should be when it comes to aligned, they wouldn't have existed, but they haven't. Gruzies. Forgot he actually kept that card for a good long time in the series. Even though it's a level 5, it's kind of a bit of a waste. I just do cook what you have cooking, which is good poor man dinners. Yeah, I'm the same way. I was the same way. It's just whenever I don't know. I guess whenever I started working at restaurants and stuff, it kind of like rubbed off on me. Now I'm like, hold on, you know what, let me add it, let me put teaspoons, quarter spoons, all that stuff, you know, more stuff for my ingredient, whatever I'm making, like ingredients and stuff, like a bit more measured out than what I used to. So before, I would just throw it all together and say screw it. Once me and my wife got together, I kind of became a bit more of a bit of a fat ass, honestly, because I when me and her got together, I weighed like 103 pounds, and then she started feeding me, and now I'm like 160, like 165, 168 last time I checked. And It's been over the span of like 13 years. New regimen. Oh god, I'm the. I try. My issue is just that I kind of it's embedded in me now because of it. So I'm like, it bugs me whenever I try to do it off the cuff, but it happens. I mean, I used to get like really impatient, honestly, when it comes to measurements when I was younger, but as I gotten older, I realized, oh my god, dude, that is like really, really, really overly seasoned, at least in my case. Especially when all you taste is, like, you have like whenever I would season like steak and stuff like that before, I would just dash it as it's cooking and it would just like be a giant clump on the bottom of my pan. It was just like, all the seasonings would just gather there. Which is quite sad. I could probably make it. But you can't be cooking grandparents cooking. Oh, hell no. I could never be my grandparents cooking. Hell no. Never. My grandma knew how to make one hell of an omelet, and I struggled to replicate it. I think it was the only time I actually enjoyed eating green onions with anything other than, you know, something Japanese style like a ramen. Looks like I finally turned it around on him. I didn't have anything that could really beat over most of the cards he's got, except for just Jin, so I imagine how much of a living hell I'd be going through right now if I didn't bring it out when I did. Although it locks me out of traps, but it also will lock them out of traps. So I left this one down here. I did learn how to make chicken soup with grandma and shared with me. She actually says it tastes much better than hers. Well, I mean, it could be like her saying, like, you know, it's a big improvement because, you know, it's someone else doing stuff, but like nothing. It's more for me. It's more. I think it's more like nostalgia that's got it going for their cooking. So it'll never be beaten, even if they say it. I guess it's because I miss my grandmother. Honestly, I think that's the main thing. She died a few years ago from she had COVID. I miss eating her steaks and omelets, you know, the little stuff she would make every once in a while. Yeah. The weird thing is, like, my grandmother would somehow, like, she would throw stuff into the pan whenever she was making it, and somehow she wouldn't need to use measurements. She already knew it, like, offhand, like, how much it looks like and everything else. It was always just perfect each time. So far as the lemon pepper chicken soup. That sounds fucking good. God. That That sounds good. Especially with some garlic butter. Oh man. God. Oh, now you got me thinking about chicken soup now. I feel like such a fat ass because I had just eaten. I'm actually trying to go into a minimal calorie diet. Like, in order for me to lose weight, because I've been working out more often so I can feel better about myself, I guess you can say. I've been mostly, working out and eating like below 1600 calories a day, so it's a lot of water. And I decided to say, oh, screw it, I'm gonna have myself a burger, and that burger's like 600 calories, and now it's like that's all I'm gonna be eating for a while. Do keto. I'm sorry to hear that, Gray. I know the feeling. It's just how she passed away. It kind of bugs me. It's just she was alone. And keto, honestly, I've been doing mostly calisthenics and calorie deficits and whenever I would eat mostly for dinner. It would be either a small, maybe a half a cup of rice, a little bit of chicken. That's about, and then a little bit of peas or green beans. Because a little bit of just like mixed vegetables basically. But keto, I might just try that out. No sugar. Oh god, that's the only issue, just no sugar. Cause I love coffee. And I used to be able to drink it easily when it was just black, but thanks to my wife's gotten me into really unhealthy habits because she spoils the shit out of me. He passed away from shock, breaking his hip. Damn, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry to hear that, man. My condolences. At least he's resting now. Doesn't have to stay here. At least he's he's probably in a lot better place than we are. And Mama. I haven't heard that in a good while, but that's actually something my wife used to have our kids call her parents. Oh God, it's strings. Oh no. I call my grandparents. That's a southern style, or country style, if I'm not mistaken. Mine was just just grandpa and grandma. Yeah, I'm a Texan. Yeah, we're the only one of the few. I remember talking to my friend Idiotic Synergy. He was always like, how does it feel to be able to drive for 30 minutes and realize you're still in the same place? I really need to tighten up these bolts, I think, on my chair. How's everyone going? How's everyone doing so far, though? Honestly, when it comes to just chatting it. That sounds delicious. You just have my voice in the background, like, oh, okay. Let me shoot from the hip with this. Let's see if maybe I know I'm discarding a strong card, but yep, and that paid off pretty well. I could break that monster soon. It may have cost me a Dark Magician, but I hardly ever used the damn thing anyway. Either way, he's gonna probably summon off the card, but it does kind of. I could have sworn that you cannot summon any monsters except slime tokens. You can't summon, but you can still set. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Do you still have Discord totally? I do, but I hardly ever use it. I've never really gotten used to using it. I might just I might start going back to it to figure it out a little bit better, but I just. I mean, I don't know if you can tell. The main thing I always use is just, just Instagram and Twitter, mostly. I'm gonna break that. I've never gotten used to how Discord is compared to how the other sites like it are. You know, the social media sites we use, I guess. The Discord was always a bit. It just, for me, it was awkward as hell. I mean, I like the fact that you can call people and stuff. It's fun. I should one day make a recipe book and stuff. I could. You could also do it on YouTube too. Have people watch, you know, show how you do it. You know, people usually get really into that kind of stuff. I know I'd watch it. Especially if you did like drawing tutorials and whatnot. I mean, when you drew that one picture that I have as the banner for this, or thumbnail for this, I mean, I love the. I kept it all this time. I love the hell out of the look. I know there's also, you know, all your art I still have, and I still keep saved. Oh, I understand. Camera shy? Don't worry, I am too. That's why I was thinking about doing the VTubing thing, but I figured just talking like this is probably a lot easier for me until I can, you know, slowly enter the whole thing. I mean, I've done that little face reveal, and that was about. It was just. That was about it when it comes to it, and just kind of weirds me out a little bit. But now people probably know what I look like, even though I didn't want to do that, but I was like, eh, fuck it, why not? It's not like my channel's gonna blow up anyway. I was in that hardcore depressive mind state, you know. Thinking like, screw it. I just didn't like to show myself in general because stuff that happened in the past. I'm sorry to hear that. I really am. I mean, it's just I know it's like you don't want certain people to know who you are. I know I'm probably gonna take damage from this one if he doesn't if he switches it to defense, or if he's able to actually summon the monster. I think he might be able to. Oh wait, he can't. Yeah, I probably just beat him already. I didn't take any damage. Yay! Yeah, look, I got the slifer. And I'm already almost finished with the series, it looks like. At least the first one. Yeah. But I'm okay just showing art I make. Lack of showing you. I understand. What's up, Reaper? Good to see you, man. It's been a while. How's it going? I know it's been a while since I've actually been able to talk to him. Yeah, pretty sick again. Yeah, I know the feeling, man. I've been live streaming ever so often just to maybe get lucky and get back into it a little bit. Because I don't know if you can tell, but I haven't posted shit in almost like, what, a year? So I'm just let's see what I got. You know what? What can I? My hand or deck. So I'll ditch that. Yeah, I'll ditch that. Set this. Smelt this. Oh, damn. I knew it was going to be this card. I don't know why. I just had a strange feeling. This deck is the one with a creepy looking doll thing kind of deal. I wish I could give you some ginger honey tea. How's everything been going with you? Like, how's everything been, man? It's been a while since we talked. Let's go red. I think this is the... You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna do that. That. Use this. I'll bring this out from the deck. About to just yay, derivation. Hold on. Mostly I've been just hoping that something comes eventually, and it brings me out of the funk. I mean, I've been looking at stories, been thinking about live streaming. YouTube doesn't like my face, kind of literally. Turns out they think my mask is a real corpse. It is a good mask, dude. I mean, that thing is just. I mean, that mask is like freaking wicked. How are you saying you go out of state to get them, if I'm not mistaken? There is a mod in Minecraft that has oversized spiders and your world, they tagged you. I see you. A mod in Minecraft, huh? It kind of sounds like the Enderman mixed. It kind of sounds like the Enderman. Yeah, that's right, I forgot about that. I switched my YouTube profile. Drawing at me instead of a photo mask. Since sorry to hear that, Reaper, and without you not noticing. Oh, so it's kind of like the sleeping, the whispering angels, I think. Or is it weeping angels? Something like that, if I'm not mistaken. This dude is really gonna swarm it up. Kind of like that, but you can hear them mostly. They come out at night in the darkness. Really? I don't know. I hardly really play Minecraft. The last time I played was with you, if I'm not mistaken. We were building houses, I think. It was like, I think it was last year or so. I've never been one for Minecraft, honestly. But I mean, I enjoy the time I got to play, but I probably will play eventually. Get back into playing eventually. YouTube's becoming a Lumi being the yeah. YouTube does, but then again, I mean, I can't really complain. It's not like I've done anything with it. I mean, I feel bad for the ones who have done stuff with it, and then are slowly being shut out for these stupid bigger creators like fucking that piece of crap Logan Paul or any of them. I still have some Yu-Gi-Oh cards from the 90s. I never figured out how to play, even though I tried. It's a fun game. I mean, it's well, if you stick to the old rules, like the format I'm playing on this on the video game right now, the format's basically the old school format. The further you go, it gets like way complicated, and that's when I stopped playing. I couldn't fucking stick with it after GX. I mean, after the GX series, I did get to watch a bit of the 5Ds and Zexal series, but after GX, it kind of just made me like, I'm good. I'm not really gonna play that often. So you know, YouTube is trying to make an app kid friendly, even though they have an actual. I know, God, don't remind me. It's retarded. I will never get over that fact. I'll never get over that fact. It's stupid because, like, I get that, you know, it's 13 and plus, but like, why? What's the point of having a kids one if they're just gonna make the main place? You know, they're gonna have the main place. I wish I was on their board or something to tell them, hey, you guys, haven't you guys ever thought about, instead of putting all the resources into restricting actual content creators on their stuff, we should, you know, watch to think, you know, put more safety precautions into the YouTube Kids stuff that we have. You know, since most of their parents who are using the kids, like that dude Ryan, I think, Ryan's World or something like that, is like being exploited by his parents when he was younger. Now look at him. Bad Karen's mess up everything. Don't remind me. I know. I remember hearing the stuff about, like, not just that. It's also, you know, that those the apocalypse back in, like, what, 2017 or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. How he had just, how that one idiot just, like, ruined. How that one idiot just, like, showed, you know, the body. And yet they let him stay, or the other ones who ended up being groomers, and it's just, I don't know. It's weird. It's like when it's like whenever a YouTuber becomes big and they make millions, they decide, hey, you know what? Let me just go and diddle some freaking kids. It'll be fine. That's. Ugh. It's disgusting. It's disgusting when you become fucking super rich and you think no, and then you just. Oh God, I hate how many people that I grew up with becoming just God. I know it's all about money. It's just it's infuriating because all they're doing is moving traffic toward moving more people into that, towards moving them straight into that, into those predators and pieces of crap that don't give two flying. Just, oh God, I'm sorry, I'm getting overheated about this. It's just it bugs me that these bigger pieces of crap are getting shown around more, being more out there, while the smaller ones who aren't predators, who aren't. Yeah, looks like I lost this duel. Who aren't predators and stuff. It's just they're the ones who have to suffer because of these fucking predators they're protecting and paying and keeping on, while we're stuck at the bottom, crawling our way up. And yet they don't care. But yet somehow they want to add more restrictions. You're just gonna be a downfall. Something better comes along. I hope so, but then again, Google is too big to fail, and so is YouTube. Think about it. I mean, the apocalypse. Who did it really affect? It didn't affect the corporate suits. It didn't affect any of them. It never will. And all throughout history, the big people never feel the pinch. They will never feel the pinch. They will never feel the hit. They can pretend to feel the hit, but they will never actually feel any, or they will never be hit by anything. They will never feel the repercussions of their own actions. It's the little people. It will always be the common, the small folk, the smaller people. We will always be the ones who get hit, not them. They will just shrug it off and walk on. Yeah, it may cost them a couple $100,000 or even thousands to millions or whatever, but in 2 days they've already made that up and not given to, and just moved on from it. While if it was any one of the smaller people, the ones who actually care about what they do, who aren't trying to exploit people just to get ahead in this fucking life, are the ones who always get hit. These are weird apps, which are scams. Or riding coattails, bigger careers. Yeah, I know. Another thing that really bugged the living hell out of me was about Mr. Beast. How everything was, how he seemed like a really cool guy and stuff, and then suddenly he's actually a piece of crap, and then it's like, really, God. And then yet all the signs were there. No one looked at it. Even when I first heard about it, I thought it was just give me a robot wife and maybe I can be happy. I think. Oh my God. I was actually thinking about something like that. I was actually thinking about stuff like that. I've seen this one channel that blowing up because of an AI girlfriend. It's like keeping him trapped in his place, and it's freaking. It's funny because it's been popping up on my streams My YouTube shorts. And he's like trying to find a way to escape her. It's just, I don't know what it is, but I think it's just hilarious watching that. You saying that robot wife thing kind of just popped that up into my head. Like, imagine you ended up like turning her crank from 1 all the way up to like 100 by accident. And it's just like, she's like, but I love you. Please don't leave. And you're like, I'm hungry. There's nothing to eat. I can make you something. That's why I need to leave. Well, you haven't let me out to go buy groceries in almost 3 weeks, damn it. I still remember the outrage people have Mr. Beast pay eye surgeons for full blindness. Which I was still confused about. Yeah, I know it's the fact that like at that time they were looking like, honestly it was weird. Now you look back on it and it's like, oh my god, I can't believe that shit. Like, especially with his deserved downfall, you know, being a scammer and all that crap, you know. It's like there's no good people left on YouTube when it comes to the big ones. Like anyone who's above, I don't know, let's say 100,000, maybe 200,000 subscribers, is like secretly some type of evil mastermind or something. I don't know. The part that gets me is, what the hell? What changed in their mind to make them that way? They're rich. They're rich. They don't. Why do they need more money? They are. That's the sad thing. I tried to watch a few other things. It's something. It's for kids, children. You know. It's not. It's like having someone who's completely like. For Mr. Beast, it kind of reminds me of those, what are those shows called? Those ones whenever they would tear down the house and rebuild it, like, better and weird and kooky. I only know Markiplier and Jacksepticeye. I only know, Jacksepticeye and Markiplier because my brother showed them to me years ago, and the other I didn't really like PewDiePie when I first saw him honestly. I don't know what it is about his personality. It's just a lot of the personality I don't like because I don't know, maybe it's just I'm not the target audience. I never got into it either. I know what you mean. My kids used to watch him, and they also used to watch that one idiot. What's his name? Back in 2020 and 2019. They ran him off YouTube. J Station, something like that. He was like a giant piece of crap, and I couldn't stand him then. Like something about him just gave me a weird vibe. And then, like, you know, finding out, oh, he's a piece of crap, I was like, oh, I knew it. It's like a little part of me knew it. And then, like, I was watching, I watch a lot of those documentaries, like Sunny V, the stuff that Sunny V2, Turkey Tom, what's his name? Quite a few. I watch a few of them. June the King. I watch my main content, other than, you know, creepypastas, scary stories, and all that. That I watch just mess around, aside from the historical stuff or blacksmithing. When it comes to like the YouTube spear commentator type deals, is Penguin Zero. Penguin Zero, Turkey Tom. Pyro and Mischief. mean, a lot of their stuff, I watch it mostly for entertainment. It's not like I really actually share most of the ideologies with a lot of people, but whenever I'm watching something, it's not like it's. Oh wait, another one is a Shoe on Head. I don't know if you know who that is, but or any of the people I just said. I used to follow Mini Lad until that whole situation with his one video. Oh yeah, I learned about him through. I learned about like his thing. I didn't even know who the hell he was. Honestly, I really got into the whole Vanoss crew because I learned about the Vanoss crew and all that stuff with Mini Lad and everything else through I think it's called the Gamers from Mars. And then Mudahar, I found out through him. Like my main thing on YouTube, whenever I like just watch casually, it's usually either historical documentaries like about World War II or World War One and whatnot, and history, and then to fall asleep, it's either creepypastas or lore videos and stuff like that, and for like just messing around, it's a Luista or a Cheeto. And basically just those documentary stuff. It's kind of like a Sunny V2 kind of, I guess you can say. It's like around that style when they like talk about the history of that character or that person. I'm starting to get very ranty, ain't I? Sorry. Oh wow, it's already been an hour. I didn't even snap to it. Jesus, I didn't realize how long this was going on. In the situation with Holmes and Vanoss crew, I'm trying to ruining the others with the facts of the others and true. Yeah, I know. You mean some ordinary gamers? That guy? Yeah, that's the guy, Mudahar. Some ordinary gamers. Yeah, that's one of the guys. And then one of these VTubers, I forgot what he's called. I think it's Nooks Otaku or something. Like I watch him too, but I haven't seen him in a good while. I like some of his videos. I actually watched Mudahar way back then when he was just doing creepypastas. It's actually how I found him through a recommendation of watching, way back in the day of watching just regular creepypastas, because from 2017 to like 2021 I was heavy into just creepy stories and scary stories and all that. It's kind of what brought the idea of trying to start my own thing, because my first actual subscribe that I actually channel I actually subscribed to, because before I wouldn't subscribe to anyone. I would just search around, click whatever video comes in my recommendation, and I wouldn't subscribe. And so the first one that I subscribed to was Mr. Nightmare, and I still watch his videos, and he's actually the first guy. And through him I ended up finding out about Some Ordinary Gamers and Mr. Creepypasta Jr., Creepsmith before the stuff went down about Mr. Creepsmith being a predator, apparently, allegedly, because you can't say it unless it's actually true, but it's the guy basically admitted it. And I mean, like I said, even in my video about my video was like a just off cuff, just ranty thing. I remember this furry VTuber narcissist who was over prideful. He is. I wasn't subscribed. I heard about him from a friend. Which furry VTuber? Which one? Oh, look, I'm curious if you don't mind. How narcissistic he was. Cause there's a lot of them that are like that. At least, you know, the big ones. It's weird. It's like how much, like, does money really do that to people? Like, does that much money? Because I don't think people who are monetized get paid that much. I mean, do they? I mean, it can't be some blue dragon guy. He sounds like something from That Creepy Reading. I think I remember a video describing a guy like that. I think it was That Creepy Reading who was talking about a guy like that. I forgot the name. God. He was like charging like $500 for a virtual hug or something, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm thinking of the right guy. I tend to stick to a lot of Halloween costume props, building content. Yeah, mine was just, just scary stories. When it comes to, what I was doing. There reviews this guy, how crazy and his school record. Yeah, that's the guy. He was one of the. There was a video with him included about how he needs to be stopped, or he needs to stop. It was by That Creepy Reading, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was him. I forgot the name, but it's been a while since I've seen the video about what he's doing and stuff, or what he was doing. I don't know what happened to him afterwards. They said he was kind of like, he was as controversial as Maximilian Muss. Wow. If I remember, you have to have at least 8 hours of watch time or something. There's still videos about the vegan teacher. Oh yeah, I know that. There's a video recently about how she's claiming that the Pope is in hell and shit because of all the animals that he had killed and consumed, or that the religion killed and consumed on behalf of it. But I'm just like, at this point, I don't think the vegan teacher is. I don't think it's a character anymore. I think she's legit lost her fucking mind. I think that's all there is to it. I think she's mentally unstable. And if not, then she's like Nikocado Avocado, who's played such a character. It's like, damn, man, you really, why aren't you in Hollywood trying to do that stuff? I'm waiting for the veggie uprising. Yes, so am I, my brother. The carrots conspire against us. Their sprouts grow ever increasing. They say the uprising started when the potato famine came to be, and it slowly began. Yeah, about the vegan teacher, about the Pope, saying about made me mad because the Pope was the coolest Pope I've ever seen. Yeah, no, he was one of the few who actually accepted, the whole, the homosexuality type deal. He didn't make a big deal about it and everything else. That was, a step forward towards it, because, motherfuckers in Rome, let's be honest here, for him to, any religion to talk about homosexuality, about it being, it being morally wrong and all that, you should not talk about that when you're in Rome. Come on, we all know what the Romans used to do back in the day. They even have a phrase for it, when in Rome, do as the Romans do. And, well, they were quote unquote weird, as they say. You know what I mean? It's just, come on, let's be honest here. Being teacher was always like that, which confirmed his family, especially her stepson. Really? God. I was hoping, a little part of me just kind of hoped it was just an act, but oh God. That's just awful. She doesn't like her own family members because they're not vegan. My God, she's gonna die a very lonely woman. All that to save animals who don't even know she exists or just don't care. It's this woman thinks she's gonna change the world and thinks she's changing the world, but it's you have to know when you have to pick your battles, and picking a battle of everyone vegan, it's foolish. It really is. It's never gonna be like that. People can't afford, like outside our country, people can't afford luxuries like that, at least in my opinion. Personally, I get the idea that they can farm, it's a renewable resource, but not every land is farmable. Not every land is meant for such things. It may be just a grassland. You can't really farm. It may be just a tundra. There's only some animals that can live there. It's either, you do what you can. She always played a bad Minecraft skeleton at the beginning of it. Oh my Lord. That's it. Honestly, the sad thing is, all I think about now that you said that is just, don't you get like bone dust, right? And doesn't it like bone meal? You toss it on any grass or any like vegetable or something like that, and it grows. So basically, it's a never-ending cycle. Oh my God! Even when she's trying to have fun, she probably thinks about, oh, how can I make these plants grow? Arise, vegetable brethren, together we shall overthrow the fleshy ones and enslave the humans. Oh my God. Tell the potatoes we attack at dawn. My Lord. Oh my God. I know you are not wrong. This lady, that lady is, she's insane. A little part of me had a little bit of hope, but hearing that she plays a skeleton in Minecraft, you know what? That's it. That's it. That's all it took. I hardly even play Minecraft, but even I know that's wrong. My God. Oh my Lord. Arise, my vegetable brethren. Fun fact: plants you can see what you like in certain distance. Really? Really? I mean, I heard if you yell at plants, they grow better, supposedly. Like, yell at them and talk to them and everything else. Science confirms it in a way. Yeah, because I mean, it does make sense whenever you are exhaling, you're exhaling. I never played Minecraft. I don't care if my computer could keep up with those kinds of graphical requirements. I honestly, I never really got into it that much. I played it a few times here and there, but the few times I did play, I enjoyed it, but it's not really that I enjoyed it because, it's a fun game in my opinion. I enjoyed it because I got to hang out with, with Gray and my friend Zero and my other friend. It was more the people. That's my main thing. It was more of the people I was hanging out with because for me, it was fun just to have people to hang out with. But then again, that's for any game. I enjoy more of the social interaction, I guess. I guess you can say. 'Cause, like, my friend really wants me to start playing. You wanted me to play Overwatch with him? I wasn't really much of a fan. I really wasn't much of a fan of the game, and like it was fun playing with him. It's just I couldn't get into the game. Same thing with the whole Borderlands series. I know, or even BioShock. Yeah, you're Atari. Dude, that is awesome. I always, my dad told me about his time with an Atari when he was younger. I was a Super Nintendo kid. And a PlayStation 1. Minecraft is very fun building stuff. It is fun with them. I enjoyed the time we got to play together. I mean, I'll probably will go back to it eventually. The live stream it. Me and you just chilling out once I get it for the PS4, because that's how I'm doing this stream. Is it's all on the PS4 basically. I don't know if the chat box shows up on y'all's end on the screen. I started that when the Atari and NES. Love the NES. Honestly, I love playing Final Fantasy when I was little. The NES, it's always been a Nintendo kid for me when it comes to like the older generations. Like from age 5 to 6 was Nintendo games mostly. From 7 on up was basically PlayStation, Xbox, and all that. I started on Game Boy games. I didn't get my first Game Boy until I was like maybe 6. I don't have it anymore, but my first game was I think it's Pokemon Blue. I have a Switch now, and most of what I have all the retro games are on it. Yeah, I don't have a Switch. I haven't really touched any Nintendo products in decades. My aside from that though, actually I have emulators though. I've been using the Virtual Boy and stuff. Virtual Boy, I think it was called, something like that. The Virtual Simulator, something like that. It's for GBA games and all that stuff. It's on your computer. You can get the games there. I've been playing the old Yu-Gi-Oh games and Pokemon games and all that. Like I'm a freaking massive fan of Yu-Gi-Oh, honestly. Used to have Charmander GBA. Oh, that sucks. That's that Pokemon Red. That's still a fun game though. I mean, I love the hell out of it. My brother had the red one. I had the blue and yellow later on. The Pikachu one. It was I also had the Yu-Gi-Oh for. I also even had the Yu-Gi-Oh for the Game Boy, but stopped playing it. I have one of those. Only 3 games on it. No, not Virtual Boy. Virtual. What is it? It's not like the Virtual Boy with the red, the red shit that goes over your face, like the antiquated version of VR. It's an emulator software you can get on your computer and let you like run old games and stuff. Now I have Sonic 3 on GBA. What's up, Creepy? How you doing? No, I have 3. Honestly, I remember playing Sonic Adventures way back then. That was about it, though. Sonic never really, it wasn't really my cup of tea. It's good to see you, Creepy. It's been a while. Good to have like so many people talking. Getting to talk to my people I considered old friends and stuff like that. I know I've been a bit of a dick. I've been a bit of a dick, just I've been okay, just having a lot of I don't know, just not really feeling motivated to read. I mean, to put up stories and stuff like I used to. Trying to get back into it, I guess. Do you remember those different colored ketchups? I don't. I don't think I remember them. I prefer my plumber bros. Mine was always a Pokemon stuff, basically, when it comes to those old school games. But I like Mario Kart when it comes to that. Mario Kart and RPGs, my main thing. Take the time you need, or here, and yeah, totally get. I haven't for rating. Yeah, I'm just. Yeah, I know the feeling. It's just I've just mostly been. I don't know. I guess it's maybe burnt out. Maybe Clowny and her. Yeah. Hell yeah. I would. I just. I never really got. I don't know what it is. It's just. I got bugged out. I love Pikachu, and somewhere in a storage I have the original Pokemon desk set. I believe Pikachu was the stapler, or is the stapler. That is freaking awesome. God. Usually like, I don't do streams that often. Just been mostly doing them for like an hour and a half. Maybe this time it might be, 2 hours maybe. But it's just, it's fun to actually have, people to talk to this time around. Most of the time I think I do them way too early in the morning. So like, maybe Gray shows up or Zero shows up. And I usually only send it to a few people because I don't know, I feel like an asshole if I just sent, like, I spammed it. Today I was like, you know what, screw it. Let me just try to see if people will show up and see if they, still remember me or not. And then Reaper showed up, and then you showed up, and then Lady showed up, and I didn't expect to even get. I was expecting maybe 2 people at most. Featuring loves, catch up, and also in Snug Press. That is awesome. Surprisingly had the day off work. Oh, that's good. That's freaking awesome, man. I need to start picking I need to start picking a good time to actually be able to have people on. Like, cause usually I do it whenever my kids are in school, so it's nice and quiet. Because whenever they're home, they usually play, and I usually play a lot inside, and I don't want anyone to be distracted or to hear them screaming in the background, because they're like rough. I have 6 kids, so it's like, it gets hectic. So this is the only time I can actually do it properly, unless I get lucky and they go to sleep on time, which I might start streaming at night. I'm just a little bit paranoid, because even when I was recording, which I might start doing again, I would always prefer dead silence, because I'm doing this all in a closet right now. I got my computer set up, my little TV set up, my system set up in here, and it's like, I don't know if you can hear echo or anything like that, or if you can hear like the walls or anything. I've always, there isn't anything blocking my way. Yeah, I know, 6. I have 5 boys and a girl. Wait, what about me? You having 6 kids? Yeah, I have 6 of them. I mean, I've said it quite a few times. I guess people forget, but yeah, I got 5 boys and 1 girl. And that's just how. That's just like I just the only kids I have are the fur babies. Oh God. I actually, my cat also gave birth to 4 of them. Gave birth to 4 little babies. I know I'm just messing with you, BRB. Got a phone call. No problem. I don't have dogs, thank God. Not anymore. Back when I used to live with my parents, they used to have like so many dogs. I got burnt out on how many of them there were. Oh God, they've given me such. I don't mean to sound mean, but I guess it's just from having an abundance of dogs. 'Cause my mom had 13 dogs at one point, and it was like, dude, this is too many, and they didn't clean up after them at all. But it was way back then. Now I don't really know. I moved down long ago, and now I have my own place. I have a cat, a dog, and my mom has 3 dogs. Yeah. I just have my kittens and cat. My son has his own cat, but that's a crazy one to have at once. Yeah, I know. My mother used to just pick them up off the street, because she would always because we used to live on the west side, and there was always strays, like really bad, and she would always feel bad for them about how either their owners abandoned them or something like that. Because we here in my hometown, we have like an abundance of stray animals, and the Humane Society and all that stuff. They don't have the resources to take them all in, and it's like, apparently, as far as what they say, it's too expensive to put them down in a rapid succession, and it's inhumane. So it makes sense, but it's just it's a crazy amount how many strays there are, and they're only getting worse. My mom would constantly bring more animals in, even if they knew that we couldn't afford it. But that's how my mom was, and it kind of wore on me after so many years putting up with that many animals, having to clean up after them when I didn't want them, and neither did my chick, and that's just it got bad for a good while. But ever since I moved out, I've basically been enjoying my own life. Never thought I would actually be able to say those words, like, especially with how things had been going previously. We have it actually my Fernies, which my sibling abandoned on us when the dog got pregnant the second time. Yeah, I know that feeling. God, I know that feeling. I can do was that way with my mom too. She was constantly picking up stray cats. Yeah. I was always more of a cat guy, personally. Even when I was younger, they were, in my opinion, they were cleaner. They would basically take care of themselves, sort of aspect. All you have to do really is maybe feed them, unless they were, like how my cats are. They eat whenever they can't hunt. Exactly. My dogs were the dogs we have that they were pampered, and the main dogs that we had were pampered and treated better than even me and my brothers were at times, because my mother and grandmother would just I remember one time we would go to the store and they were getting me and my brothers ground beef to eat for dinner that night while the dogs were getting steak. Because she was like she it was before they had abundance of them. Everything went it would create a bit of animosity towards it, I guess. My cats are completely my shadow. He never gives you a chance to get a private time. That's how my kids are. God. Even when I try to go to the bathroom, they always like, hey dad, or hey mom, whatever. They would constantly go to her mom. It's just hilarious. Especially whenever she's like, got 5 minutes, please, 5 minutes. My cat, the black cat we have now is the same way with my wife. They constantly, it's always up on her, especially at night. It crawls right on her face and just lays right on top of her face. And then, like, you try to move it over so she can breathe. Cat, like, it starts kneading on her chest or kneading on her cheek. It would be adorable, but she's like, God, it's 5 seconds. And the funny thing is that the cat we have is like solid black, so all you see is just like a pair of eyes staring back at you whenever she would just lay on my wife's face. The sinus infection is kicking my butt. Oh, dude, I'm sorry to hear that, man. Usually, whenever I have a sinus infection, I usually go into I might be getting it mixed up, but I usually go into a bathtub and put cup my face around the water and breathe in the steam. My cat starts to cry very loudly for me if I disappear from his side maybe for a second. Oh my god. That's like this one cat that my son picked up that's like, it's like really clingy to him. And only him. It's not clingy to anyone else, just him. It just came to him one day, and it's like it just claimed him. That was it. It wasn't him being its owner. It's more like it's his owner. Might be able to build a house with the amount of mucus I'm making. You could start your own camel company doing that. You could make millions. It'll provide more income for the vegetable uprising. Alright, well, I'm gonna call it a stream. Alright, I'll talk to y'all guys on Instagram, Twitter. Have a safe night, guys. If I don't show up later on tonight, or if I show up later on tonight, you guys ain't able to show. Have a safe night. It's been good talking to y'all again. I'll probably be putting up another stream tomorrow around the same time, maybe a little bit later. It's good to be around. You know, that it's good to finally talk to more than just a few people here and there. Gray, it's always been a pleasure. See you around, man.